I love that song. It's such a good.
Isn't it fun? I really enjoy it.
I was so dancing to it.
Oh
It's
my
great.
God. Hi, Luke.
Hi, Shannon. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. Shall we tell everybody?
Yes, we should.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh, friends and family, journeyers of all ages, Emily Arnold had their baby.
Woohoo!
Woo! Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! If I had confetti, I'd throw it. I don't have any. Here's a pillow. Yay. Ah.
I've got pins.
Yeah. Here's some keys. Yeah.
I have a little floof. Woo.
Yay! Friends, we are really excited for Emily Arnold. We are not releasing pictures right now because the paparazzi, she's so famous that the paparazzi will be all over that. She's in an undisclosed space taking care of her.
But yeah.
We're really excited, especially because obviously, one, this is Improv on and off the stage's first baby. Like,
Yes.
We claim this baby as our own. And two, I feel like one, claiming the baby. Two, giving birth on the same day that we have this show. Come on, like right on time. Thank you, Emily, for that. And
just in time for the show.
Right, just in time for the show. You listen, baby. I hope you're watching right now.
Wonderful timing. Great job.
Great job. You're right in time. And three, right in the right genre. What the theme? The theme of possibilities. You're so on theme, baby. I'm putting up our little thing. Look, there are possibilities out there that people expect us to pursue and ones that we expect others to pursue. How do we avoid feeling guilty or upset when those opportunities are not for us or others? And I felt really good about this one because I was like, yes, though what really I'm saying is we all think that baby should do something.
Yeah, baby, are you a theater baby?
Are you a theater baby yet? Do you take theater classes, baby? Are you an improviser? There are going to be some expectations on this baby, whether they like it or not, just like there are expectations on us. Okay. And I want to talk a little bit about when we know what the possibilities are, as in the possibilities that are put on us, and we don't want them, we're advocating for you, baby. And when we put that on others, we put possibilities in front of other people. We're like, obviously, you're going to choose one of those possibilities. So we're talking to you, baby. We're talking to your children. Whoa.
Ooh, the generations, yeah.
You are speaking to the masses, Luke Wallens.
The future.
Let's talk about this a little bit. So the possibility, okay, there are possibilities, expect on the expectations on us when people are like, listen, Shannon, Luke, look at all the possibilities that are in front of you. But obviously, there's one possibility, Luke, that I think you should choose.
Right.
But maybe that possibility isn't for you. So what do you do? How do we preserve our friendship?
I have fun. I don't know. Smile, laugh, chat. I don't know. But yeah.
Good.
Yeah, like I mean, I like taking it a little bit personal with baby and birth and stuff like that.
Yes.
Hello, I'm gay. And so like I was told, when I was first coming out, that I was coming out in college, and so I was told that I needed to be patient with my parents because however long it took me to come out to myself, it takes my parents that amount of time, if not twice as long, if not longer, for them to come to terms, because even before I was born, they had expectations of me of like, oh, of my gender, of
Mhm.
names, and so like there were already built-in things about that, and so like and so and then me coming out, after I go to college, they didn't expect that,
Right.
but at the same time, and so it took a lot of like back and forth, and time and patience and reflection to do that, and so
Yes.
yeah. So that's kind of where I'm coming from.
That's a big coming from. One, thank you, Luke. Thanks for let's like peek into Luke's life, right? It's so nice. It's nice and cozy in this life.
Oh, hello.
There is okay. Let's go to the improv side of that.
Yeah.
Let's, if you don't mind, let's help
Yeah.
your parents through improv. You've
Mhm.
already come out to your parents. They
Right.
know you're gay.
Mhm.
Right?
Mhm.
We're not sneaking around behind the
Yes.
scenes, right?
Yeah.
So let's take that for an example. When we're dealing with improvisers, right?
Mhm.
The idea of putting opportunities in front of other people and then trying to constrict them is
Yeah.
a no, right?
Right.
Trying to force them into a space is a no. We
Mhm.
call these opportunities offers usually, and they
Mhm.
can come in so many different ways. So when we say, "Hi, I'm Jack," that's an opportunity, that's an offer, right? Your partner can say anything about Jack's gender, what
Mhm.
Jack does, right? This character hasn't been quite defined yet.
Yeah.
I'm Jack, and welcome to my home. Oh,
Mhm.
there's an opportunity or an offer. We don't know what that home is. We don't know if it's a tree house. We don't know if it's an underground bunker. We don't know any of
Yeah.
these things. But our training tells us that together we define who Jack is,
Yeah.
where they live, right? Where
Mhm.
Jack lives, who their friends are. And that's something we do together so that we can build the story together. So if we
Right.
take that idea off the stage, this
Mhm.
is the space we want to be in with our friends, our family, as we are looking at opportunities in front of us, instead
Right.
of saying, wow, Jack. I
Yeah.
don't know what we would
What?
say.
Yeah. What is this setting, Jack? Ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this? What is this? Instead of like, wow, I really like your lamp.
Yeah.
Oh, lamp, good, good.
Yeah.
Oh, and Jack can say, yes, I
Yeah.
got that lamp at blankety blank,
Right.
right? Instead of defining Jack. Oh, Jack, I know you from the bank. You've been working
Mhm.
there for 5 years. You have 2 kids, right, Jack? Right?
Yeah.
Let's mold that a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, and I like what you were saying, because it was like like with improv, it's like it's just adding on the idea and adding on the idea and building that and building the
Mhm.
world and building the context and accepting the idea and then adding on to it. Yes, Andy.
Yes. Yes.
Whereas like and then off the stage, it's like, okay, cool, all right. So we have this world, we have this context, we're getting to know people and we're adding on different layers as we're going along.
Yeah.
And like I can understand like how some people like you know because of this one context, because like Jack is say for example like has a lamp, and it's like and and they're in an apartment, like they like that can be an expectation of like, okay, they're in an apartment, that's the only place they're going to be. It's like, wait, no, they could move, they could change to a house afterwards, as the
Mhm.
story goes along, or they could have another lamp. They
Right?
could have two lamps.
This thing you're talking about
Yeah.
with, you said we accept and we build, right?
Mhm.
We're the yes and part.
Yeah.
When I think about, and like Jack being in an apartment, having 2 lamps, I think about going back to your parents,
Yeah.
right? You are telling them something, right?
Mhm.
You're giving them that offer. they had to go through a process of accepting that offer and then building a new reality, or just a different reality that was different than their expectation or the possibilities that they had in mind.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting because, man, Luke, how do we talk about this particular thing? It's funny when it comes to gender, when it comes to our sexuality, and the things that people think based on that, right? Well,
Right.
you'll never be able to do,
Right.
or how can you, what kind of job could you possibly, what kind
Yeah.
of family could you, you'll never, whatever it
Right.
is.
Right.
But those conversations are hard stops. And
Yeah.
what you're talking about is accepting and then like transforming. Like we can
Yeah.
all, yeah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah, and yeah, yeah, accepting and transforming, and it's also like, I mean, like through time, like there's plenty of time to, to have different things for Jack to have,
Right.
family, and to make different connections, and then see what connections work, and I think, like. What you were talking about with like expectations of others to pursue, it's like, okay, I'm thinking of this one
Hmm.
timeline, this one pathway, but lots of times it's just like there's a lot of different choices and a lot of different things to make that can shoot you off into different possibilities and different
Hmm.
expectations after that.
Yeah.
And it's just yeah, like, Jack graduates from college, and they have one job, and then but then, oh no, they want to do something else, and then, they get a chance to pursue that, instead, that's
Hmm.
totally different. And that can, like, so I feel like, a lot of it is like, like taking in, others considerations of, maybe expectations, but does that align with what you want to do, um and carrying on
Come
from there.
on, come on.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that spot gets us right to the space of the how do we avoid feeling guilty,
Yeah.
right? And that is so good because what I'm hearing you say is, sure, yes, these, whatever your parents, whatever Jack's big brother, like little sister,
Yeah.
friend, whatever they had in store for Jack,
Mhm.
maybe it was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, like maybe it was like the best. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be, I can't wait until your architecture job turns into building roller coasters. It's
Mhm.
gonna be great for everyone. And that's so lovely. That's a great
Mhm.
opportunity. But like you said, if it doesn't align with Jack's wants and
Mhm.
values, if Emily Arnold were here, she would say, well, what are your values?
Yep.
Are they aligning with these other opportunities? And if not,
Mhm.
then we shouldn't have to feel guilty
Yeah.
for not choosing or going down those paths.
Yeah, and that's a tough thing too, because there's sometimes, like, major expectations of who you are and what you're doing and stuff like that. And like, I feel like, one, it like, it does, right, come right back to like your values, and the thing is, like, and and coming back to supporting yourself and being like, this is these are the possibilities that I have in my life that I'm going to pursue.
Mm-hmm.
um and it's not that, like, that, the other people around you in the context don't matter or anything like that. It's just like those expectations may not align, and
Right.
and so, with reflection in time, there's lots of ways um like, be respectful of, like, okay, that's what you expect of me, but this is what I'm doing. And
Mm-hmm.
I like, and I'm, I you can come along and respect me for what I'm doing, or you can not, like,
Right.
and that's your thing, but I'm gonna continue on because, like, I like I need to be true to my values and my um, expectations of myself.
Yeah. When we in improv, there's I have so many things. Okay, one, I want to say that we have games where we're trying to serve the story, right? Like
Mhm.
one word at a time story. I'm
Yeah,
I'm going to say a word, you're going to say a word, and we're all going to say only one word as we build this piece, and we're definitely building it together. And so we can't really be mad about where the story goes. We only have a tiny bit of contribution. But there are other things where other times where we have a little bit more onus, we have a little bit more driving force, and it what you're talking about, this idea of like, okay, I'm going this way. I need to be true to my values and true to myself. I love this. Like, you can come along if
yeah,
you want, right? And
mhm,
in improv, it's the same. That's the same idea. We're laying some foundation, right? And sometimes we talked about this two episodes ago where we were talking about the protagonist, right?
mhm,
And you let us support the protagonist. Let us support the protagonist. So
yeah,
here's the other part of this, Luke.
mhm,
When we are not the protagonist, and to us, it is so obvious what Jack should do. It's so obvious to me what Jack should do. It
yeah,
becomes like you want to constrict around Jack. Jack
mhm,
is marching with their like lawnmower and their construction job. I don't know. And they really know
yeah,
exactly what they want to
mhm,
do. They are going to go and be a botanist, whatever it is. And we are still sitting here like getting into scenes. Come on, Jack, here's a roller coaster
yeah,
poster that I got for you. Jack, roller coaster things.
mhm,
Come on to the right?
yeah,
We have to let this go. So
yeah,
how do we do that when we are the person? When we are the person who is like, Luke, don't you
right,
see? I can see it so clearly for you. You
right,
need to be a blankety blank, or you
mhm,
need to go down this path.
yeah,
What can we do? What can
yeah.
we do?
Yeah, that's where we can focus on being flexible and
Mhm.
accepting them where they are, because the thing is, however much we expect of another person, to do this, that, and the other, they're going to make their own decisions, like, and so uh lots of times it's there's some exercise with drama therapy where it's like, okay, we're just going to observe how this person goes about it, and it may not be what we expected, but we're going to see like how they navigate the scene, and
Mhm.
we'll see if we can support however we need to. Um, and the thing is also, like, I mean, we like, me as a drama therapist want to make sure that they're making healthy, choices and stuff like that. That's helping them process through. But sometimes, sometimes people need to work through and are focused on one spot. And so, like, a
Mhm.
lot of times it's like, okay, so let's consider what we need to explore here. First, we're stuck on one spot, and we know maybe the path forward is like, okay, let's consider this, like, if we're in this scenario, if we're thinking like Jack, it's like, Jack, we're thrown, I love roller coaster posters, and be like, you need to be an architect, but you really enjoy lawn care, right? And so, it's like, okay, that's really cool, that's great, yeah, like, awesome, and so that, like, we need to meet them where they're at, and so be like,
Mhm.
okay, we're gonna mow lawns with them, or just cheer them on and be like, yes, you got the new lawnmower, that's
Go,
awesome.
good, Jack. Good job.
Yeah. And the thing is, and that's okay, that's all right. And and that in that scenario, it would be like, you know what, like they're making career choices for what they want to do, what they're passionate about. They aren't hurting themselves or anybody else, and so it's like it's not bad at all.
Right.
And we can figure out how to support after that.
It makes me think of, I feel like we were talking about the multiverse the last time we were together,
We were,
but
yeah.
but it makes me think of the multiverse. It makes me think of, on stage, there are lots of dynamics, tools, we'll call them, exercises, ways that you can move through time, right? It's like,
Mhm.
and a very easy one is just yelling out, cut to, right? So we can
Right.
see a scene where Jack is sad building roller coasters, right? Or we
Mhm.
can see a scene where Jack is happy building roller coasters. Whatever it is, someone from the sidelines can yell out, cut to 5 years from now when Jack is in the middle of his entrepreneurial lawn care business, right? And you
Yeah.
can also yell, cut back to 5 minutes before Jack gets his such and such job being a roller coaster
Right.
developer. Maybe
Yeah.
we can see what his thought process is. And that thought, those tools make me think about the fact that when we are in the position where we are looking out for our friend, right? We
Mhm.
we think obviously that there are these possibilities.
Mhm.
If we really sit and release these possibilities, a million other possibilities can flood into our minds,
Right.
and maybe we can release the fear that we have for our friends,
Mhm.
the constricting that we have, the putting them in the box. Well, they are this, so they only have these choices
Right.
that they can be, right?
Yeah.
That tool or that exercise, the editing, it's an editing
Mhm.
tool
Yeah.
when we're talking about being on stage, and helps us to see, and in this case for Jack, helps us to see all the possibilities. So many. We cut to
Yeah.
Jack as a giraffe. We cut to Jack, as we
Yeah.
cut
Yeah. Like,
we cut
oh.
to Jack as
Yeah.
like a child
Yeah.
playing with Legos. We cut to him playing in the grass. Like
Mhm.
we cut to him play like spitting out corn. I don't know.
Yeah.
But what these things, all these possibilities and
Mhm.
all these things have influence on our lives. And it can be really difficult to be in the position where, okay, well, now that I'm really concerned for my friend because I can only see obviously these 5 things for them. If you can only see 5 and they can see one more thing that you don't
Mhm.
see, like so many people and so many people can also see a myriad of possibilities for
Yeah.
them. So yeah, this support that you're talking about, like
Mhm.
cheering, maybe I don't want a lawn care, but I can definitely come to your first job and cheer you
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's
Cheer from the
lawn care and
sidewalk.
cheerleaders, right? Like we
Yeah.
whack those weeds.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like it just reminds me of like where recently, like last year, I was following along with like the Marie Kondo tidying thing book, and
Mhm.
lots of times I had trouble letting go of stuff that I had that was sentimental stuff, and what she had talked about in her book was all about like it's not that you're forgetting stuff. Like it just means that
Mm.
some of the education that you had in that realm will be infused into the next part.
Mhm.
And so like even though Jack has gone on to lawn care, Like, it's not that they've forgotten how to be an architect for roller coasters, and they may come up with like a really awesome solution about like, you know what if we did like, combine the two somehow. I don't know. That might be weird, but
No, I got it. It's a roller coaster that cuts grass. I'm right in it.
right,
I'm
yeah.
in this roller coaster. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Or or like or there might be a different way of building a lawnmower that is architecturally awesome and environmentally friendly. So I don't know.
Come on, Jack. You're so good, Jack.
Yeah,
You're
there's so many things, so many possibilities. But the thing is, like what you'll never lose is Jack. Jack will always be there. Um,
Oh.
and the thing is, like, lots of times, there's a new thing that comes in about Jack. Like, oh, now they have two lamps. Wow, like, who are they? But it's just coming back to being like you look for them. You look into their eyes. You try to see like, okay, oh, I'm where we can connect. Where it's just like there's all these possibilities, and sometimes people can get lost into things, but at the same time, you still have Jack, and who's still connected to you, and the values are still the same. They've just kind of shifted slightly.
Right. This is I have nothing to say right now over that one. You don't lose Jack is like,
Yeah,
it's so good.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Sorry. My dog's here. She's doing great. Yeah, because lots of times, and I also like, I mean, after like processing, like, how I'm coming out and stuff like that, like I needed to make eye contact. I needed to like make connection again with my parents, to figure out like, okay, where does this ground me now? How am I grounded? Or do I need to make supplemental grounding for myself, or things like that? But and so like with a drama therapy session, for example, like after we consider all the possibilities, and kind of open it up and free it for that person to be like, oh, I can make a different change this way from memory that I'm stuck on. And then, but you always come back to the reflection, always come back to like, okay, how did that go? What did I gain from that? How did I grow with that? And how did I still remain true to my values, but just make a small change here and there, to reflect on this memory that I've had, that I've been stuck on. And that helps kind of bring some perspective on for yourself. So, yeah.
Usually right now I would either reiterate what you said or say more things, but the thing is, you said it and you said it really well. And it happens to be like you said it pretty much on the button. So I don't know if you've been watching this and you've been listening to Luke Wallens, good for you, baby. That baby is watching.
Yeah, baby.
Because you learn so much. We're not releasing baby's name because that is for Emily to do. Friends and family, this has been great. Luke, this is really helpful because this part that you said about us not losing Jack, like, is so, Jack doesn't lose themselves and we don't lose Jack. Our job is to support. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing yourself. Thank you for letting us like dig a little deeper and use your life and experiences to highlight what we're talking about today. It really does ground our material, right? It really does ground it for people so people can really, oh, right. These questions happen for real in me and in others.
Yeah, of course, of course. And lastly, I do want to say that, like, I mean, the possibilities and the opportunities, they may be upsetting. They may be
Mm,
different
mm.
ways, for how people expect you to be or you expect others to be. But the more that we're more flexible, and open to still seeing where they're at, and they're just trying a different way, it's going to go a long way.
Journeyers, I just go back and listen to this entire episode. And while you're listening to it, just know that if we don't see you in the grocery store, we'll definitely see you on and
And off the stage.
bye.
Bye.